people, welcome to another episode of Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. I've done some stuff on Sam. The guy actually came over to check it out, was wanting to trade a Harley. I'll show you some of the pictures of that. I don't know if I'm going to do it, man. The registration on that pig was like $350 a year. Sam's only $89 a year, so let's do the math here. But I'll still show you the Harley. The dude's looking to sell it. It's a nice bike. But I'll go over some of the other stuff I'm doing, so stick around, stay tuned. I'll show you some stuff. People, dudes, dudettes. Remember I was doing some body work over here. I've since spot painted it. Sorry I didn't take you down that path. I was kind of waiting on the okay from Dream Girl to show you. Didn't want to just show you without her permission. I have some respect for that lady. You know what I mean? You would too, right? Anyway, I painted over it, did some spot painting. I got to do some sanding. I got a little run here. Anyway, dude comes over with a Harley. Here's the pictures. He wants like $8 grand for it, which is current condition. That's what I'm selling Sam for. It's a nice bike. Did some custom work to it. But he showed me the registration on it, and I was like, oh my God. So, anyway, I go to start it up, and what happens? My belt flies off. Hey, how about that, huh? Isn't that cool? It's all twisted up, too, so I got untwisted, put that back on. I'm going to do some more light finish sanding, but as you can see, maybe if I get over here, see that shine? That's the light up there. I'll learn you a little bit about doing this. It is a little too cold to be painting, but I'll go over some of the stuff I do to get that kind of shine without a clear coat. And I know that's something you guys are interested in, so I'll put my belt back on, and then we'll probably go over some of this stuff, and then we'll do a startup to see if I got that fixed. That's not helping me sell this thing when parts go flying off. You know what I mean? Alright, so hang tight, people. Okay, so I got the belt back on. Let's start this pig up and see if it stays on. Ready, Sam? Let's do this. Looks like we have a success. One more thing off the checklist. Babies! Alright, people. Back to the sanding. Using the graphite trick, you can see this line right here. Shows up the best right there, but that's where there's a run because it was a little cold when I put this paint on. And it helps bring it out for you to see it easier so you know where to sand. And again, you want to keep using that high grit sandpaper, like 600, like 400, like 320, and then do it nice and easy. Don't push hard. You want to go nice and easy, long, smooth strokes. That's why I'm using that sanding block. When you use your hands, you tend to get finger waves in it, and it'll ruin your paint further. So try to use a flat surface and long, smooth strokes in one direction. None of this wax on, wax off, Daniel-san. Long, straight, smooth strokes, and you'll come out fine. I'll come back and show you this once I sand it off a little bit. And again, it's going to be a wet sand technique, babies. Before I go any further, I just sprayed it down with water and did a couple swipes. Now you can really see that run line, yeah? Right in here. So as long as you take your time and don't rush it, it'll smooth it all down really nice, and I'll come back and I'll show you that it's really hard to see it. So that's how you get rid of those, especially if you're spraying in cold temperatures. Optimum temperature, in case you're wondering, 70 and above. Usually like 75 to 80. 80's bitchin'. I love 80. 80's great. And now I gotta get back to this. Ooh. You know what I mean, people? Alright, so the sanding's complete. Did burn through a little bit of paint, but that's what you gotta do when you want to get rid of a run. Still needs a little bit more, but pretty much it's all gone. On this side I had another one over here. The same thing. A little bit of a burn through on the paint, so now I got a spot paint over that again. If you mix your paint right, it does come out thin. That's why you can see the Bodywork. Back here's another one. And it takes multiple thin layers to hide it. See the dark spot, dark spot, dark spot, dark spot. I got in a hurry on the other ones, and that is why it ran. So, like with the Bondo and stuff, you want to make sure that you do multiple thin layers. Let it dry, another thin layer. You're going to want to keep going, I'm getting impatient, I want to cover it up. Stop right there. You want to go slow, especially towards the end. During, you know, the first couple stages you can get away with it, but the closer you get to the end, the thinner the layers want to be. And I'll show you a little. I did one of these before, but we'll go over it again. Basically, when you're painting, your paint comes out in little beads. So I can get closer here. And when they fall, they hit as such. And then they start stacking. The more layers you go, the higher they stack. Now, if you want that high gloss, when they reach this pinnacle, this is where the gloss lies, is that pinnacle. Now, say you're going around, you're spraying, blah, 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 and it starts making spaces and divots. That's where you're going to lose your shine if they're not stacked tightly together. You follow me? So you want to keep nice, even strokes. And say this is the area that you're painting, okay? And your coverage comes out to about here. When you shoot your next pass, you want to overlap this a little bit. So your next pass is here, and so on, and so on, and so on. And that's what will give you a bitchin' paint job. So it's a little bit of trial and error. Yes, you're going to screw up a few times. As you can see, I still screw up, and I've done how many of these rides? Bunches. So, you know, it's going to happen. We learn from our mistakes, especially us do-it-yourselfers. So don't worry about it. Just remember to take your time. Mixing the paint's a big thing too, and you want to get the right consistency, but usually what I do is if I mix, say this is the paint can, I'll mix this much paint, right about there, and then this much thinner. And when you're stirring it around, you'll be able to feel the stir stick. It'll be all stiff in the normal paint. Once it gets easy, you'll feel it loosen up. That's about the area that I use. So, there you go, people. Alright, people. It's wet and rainy and cold. There's no way I'm going to squirt some more paint. I don't need any more runs. I'm sick of sanding. Oh, on another note, with the construction people, found out by the end of this week, start of March, they're starting 5 job sites. So it could put me back to work. We'll see. Fingers are crossed. Oh, got some more pictures of Dream Girl. You guys want to see? Think she's cool with it? Check them. Got this, buddies. Oh yeah. We got lots of stuff in common, man. I'm hoping this works out. I could use a bit of happy in my life. Know what I mean? I mean, more than Sand and Sam all damn day. That's pretty much it, people. So, until the next episode, thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Peace out, babies. Dream Girl. Oh yeah.